Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Immortal Hulk issue number 36. This was hidden in the comic book store, so I did not get my hands on the copy. And even though several other comic books were presented as, oh, we're keeping this so that people can only grab one copy at a time, oops, they forgot to give me Immortal Hulk. So I walked home without Immortal Hulk in my bag. That's kind of fussed. And there wasn't even anything special about this book as far as like first appearances or anything like that. No, the typical retinue of people are here, so it is what it is. That was just, it was disturbing. It was disturbing, but I don't have a physical copy. And it's a shame, actually, because there were a lot of double-page spreads in here because there was so much action. I'm going to get into some of that after we talk about who made the book. So this issue is called The Thing in the Tube. Usually the last page will give you the name of the comic book, and it's usually a spoiler for what happens. Nothing really spoilerific in this title, at least. Al Ewing is the writer, Joe Bennett is the pencils, Roy Jose on inks, and Matt Mila coming over doing colorists. What happened to Paul Mounts? No complaints. I love Matt Mila on colors. VC's Corey Petit on letters, Alex Ross doing that cover. Yeah, baby. And of course, Jack Kirby and Stan Lee are the creators of the Hulk. So check this out. Basically, the Hulk is just apologizing for what happened. He's like, oh, Hulk not know what Hulk did. Why Hulk accidentally blow up this town again? And it's not that big of an explosion because, I mean, like, the reporters standing there were okay. It looks like it was really just Rick Jones who was jacked up. But, of course, it's not Rick Jones as the leader, so, I mean, he's not really hurt. He's doing that stuff on purpose. So, essentially, nobody seems to have gotten hurt. Yeah, I'm down with that. I'm down with that. Puck shows up and he's a lot more violent than he's ever been. I mean, I've seen him get pissed before, but like this was a bit much for Puck. Eugene Judd, baby, loves me some Puck. I still haven't seen a cartwheel attack. What's going on, man? He's got this big backpack thing. Screw that. Cartwheel kick freaking Hulk. That's what I want to see. It's not going to do anything, but Titania and what's the name, Absorbing Man show up also. Now the last time that we saw Absorbing Man, he was being controlled by Zemo, who, made him think that he was actually the Hulk. And so he's like trying to help the Hulk. He's actually helping Zemo against the Hulk. So I think Absorbing Man's just like the whole thing about him being cool from this point on. They're still trying to save that through the mind control and the illusion and the suggestion and all that stuff. But nah. Homeboy needs to chill out. He also gets torn in half in this one. Absorbing Man's a fun one because whatever he turns into, you can always say, oh, I'm just going to fix my arm or my body part. Remember in Secret Wars where Wolverine cut his arm off? And it's not even just that he cut his forearm, or like he cut him at the forearm and like it's the 3 claws. So he gets cut into a bunch of different pieces. He looks like freaking Ham. Like that was fun. This one wasn't quite as cool, but it definitely looked more wicked. All that being said, this, a lot of action in this. A lot of action. When we get to the end, it was a little confusing because I feel like I was supposed to know what that thing was at the end. There were 3 monsters, and they were called thumb drives, even though they were, like, he was sent to look for a thumb drive with her. So, like, an actual, do I have one on me? Like, everybody here knows what a thumb drive is, right? I mean, there we go. Little thumb drive, and it's just, hey, come and get stuff because, information on it. So this was an okay issue. It was great as far as the action's concerned. It is what it is. So I also went and I checked out some of the reviews for this one, just because, like the written reviews. I don't look at other people's video reviews. Because then I start taking people's ideas like that. Now, I just want to see in general, really quick, scanning through them, has anybody figured out what that thing was at the end? No, I haven't. But one thing I did notice is a bunch of people talking about the idea that this is not a jumping on point. I hate to tell you this, but none of this series has been a jumping on point. There is not one, there's one issue that's a jumping on point, and that would be issue 1. And even then, it would technically be the Avengers No Surrender or Far From Home, whichever one of those two. I think it was Far From, whatever it was. It was one of those, the Avengers, No Way Home. No Way Home it would be. And yeah, nothing here is a freaking jumping on point. It's just not. So you jump on and you're just like, I have no idea what's going on, but eventually I'll get an inkling. Nah, this was a confusing book to me, and I've been reading this since the beginning. And I saw the Hulk first killed. I saw him come back in the Avengers book. I saw him, the Immortal Hulk book. And in this issue, I'm just like, what the frick is going on? So there's a lot of consensus that this was a very confusing issue. So you're not alone if you read this and you're just like, hey, what's going on? And if you didn't read this, the hell you listen to my review for? I'm talking about stuff in the comic books. Dude, what the frig? Anyway, I'm just being silly. I'm also going to be out right now. Like the video. Talk to you guys later. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.